Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about some of the ways that I try to save money so that I can spend it on my skating and coaching. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so some of these might be pretty obvious, but I want to share them anyways in case it helps any of y'all and gives you guys a good idea on what you should be saving, or whatever, it's your money, you can spend it on whatever you want. But I do know that figure skating is very expensive, so yeah, I'm going to share what I like to do to save money. All right, so the first one on my list is the soakers. And what I mean by that is these guys right here. And when I say I like to save money by using my soakers, I mean I repair them. So of course, blades are sharp and eventually they do start to poke through your soakers. So what I do is I get my little sewing kit and I basically sew them up. I haven't done it yet with these ones because I did just get these like last year, but I do know that I'm gonna need to actually fix them now. And I'm like, okay, instead of buying new soakers, I will just repair these with a good old needle and thread and get as much use out of these as I can. And I'm sure, if I take good care of them, they will last me a very long time. And the next one is creating a schedule. And by creating a schedule, I mean creating one, for your daily life. And it doesn't have to be like perfect, but I find that creating a schedule, sort of planning out your week, thus in turn helps save money. When you're gonna go to the rink, if you have to work around, your work schedule or whatever. But I find what helps me is that if I actually plan out my practice, it saves money because then I'm not buying ice time when I end up not making it or something like that. And I create a schedule when I'm gonna wake up and do all that and, have time for breakfast before I go to practice and then go off to work. So that way I'm not just kind of scrambling around in the morning and then not having time to eat breakfast. So then I have to spend money to go buy breakfast. And yeah, it's just, to prevent from snowballing, I try to schedule out my week and my practice as best I can. So basically, planning equals saving. All right, number 3 on the list is, I feel like this is so obvious, but I'm going to say it anyways. Buying a simple bag or suitcase to keep your skates in and all of your accessories. And it's so interesting because I see a ton of skaters with those really fancy like roller bags with the light up wheels or whatever to put their skates in and all their stuff in it. And it looks very functional, perfect to store your skates. But I look at the price of those and they are so expensive, like over $100. And so I say just, buy a simple bag because a cheaper bag versus that expensive fancy rolly one, they both do the same job, keeping your skates and all your stuff in it. And so I have like a little travel size suitcase that I actually bought on sale at Macy's. I use the hell out of that bag. It fits my skates in it and all my stuff in it perfectly. It's a cute little under the seat airplane bag and it's purple and I love it so much. And yeah, I got it on sale and it's really good quality. And so, because before that I would put my stuff in a duffel bag and then, skates are pretty heavy when you have to lug them around. and all your stuff in it. So I transferred over to a tiny suitcase. With that being said, yes, you don't have to spend a whole ton of money on a bag. You know, any bag will do, whether you want it to be like a tote bag, a duffel bag, a gym bag, or a little suitcase. You know, anything works. You don't really have to go super fancy with it and buy like a state-of-the-art, top-notch type of bag, because really bags, whatever, if they're tote or backpack or whatever, they all do the same thing, as long as they, you know, keep your skates in it and all your stuff, and you feel like you are pretty organized and all that. The next thing I like to do is I try to limit my lessons, and when I started taking lessons, I would do lessons twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, depending on what my goals are. You know, especially when it comes to competition, I was spending more on lessons and, you know, spending twice the amount on ice time. And I found that really difficult. And I was putting so much pressure on myself when it came to the competitions to, you know, be the best and, you know, just try to improve as quickly as I can. And I found that that's not really sustainable for me, and it could be sustainable for other people that, you know, do make a ton of money, but yeah, this video is not for them. But yeah, I found myself stressing out a lot about my competitions and affording them, and so I put together a... Hi, Noir. Oh, my cat decided to join me. She loves to sit on my lap. Okay, Noir, you can sit on my lap. Okay, good girl. You're so cute. You want to say hi to my friends here? This is Noir. She's so cute. Hi, Noir. Oh, I just love her so much. Okay, I gotta film my video, cutie. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I was stressing out a lot about how I was affording all of these lessons via competition time or testing time, and I kind of eventually developed my own system. So what I started to do was take a notebook with me to practice, and when I do get a lesson, I write down all of the points that my coach tells me I need to work on, what I could do better, and all that other stuff. So I write those down, and then throughout the week I refer to those notes, and then I practice that. So okay, and now Noir's back. Okay, Noir, you gotta sit down so I can do my video. So yeah, I refer to those notes and then I practice that throughout the week. So now I only take one lesson a week, and it's usually 30, sometimes 45 minutes. If I'm doing something like jumps or whatever, then I'll do an hour, but for the most part I now stick to just one lesson a week, even now during my competitions and testing. And I actually don't plan to compete for a while, just because I want to get higher in the testing level so that I have more competition as an adult. And my last one for today is leg warmers. Yay! And by that I mean I wear the heck out of my leg warmers until they just cannot be worn any longer, until they're just so used up and ripped up, and I have to absolutely get new ones. I wear out my leg warmers until I can't wear them out anymore, and I find that saves me a lot of money because I don't have a whole bunch of leg warmers. And yes, it is very fun matching my leg warmers to my outfit, but also that's not really financially smart. I know that it's, you know, very fun to do that, but also it's like, well, now I have like a ton of leg warmers and all that. So I try to stick to a leg warmer that matches all of my outfits. And so right now I have 2 leg warmers. So one is gray and one is black. And they go with everything and I don't have to worry about it. Now the gray one is starting to get worn down. I might have to buy a new one soon. But like I said, I will take out my little sewing kit and fix those leg warmers as best I can to make them last as long as I can. But yeah, I find that, if I use things to the point where they just can't be used anymore, that's when I go and buy new stuff. And that just helps me save a ton of money. Okay, and the very, very last thing that I actually want to put in here is I make my own coffee. Now, of course, probably you guys have a coffee machine and all that, but what I mean is instead of going to Starbucks or something to get me a coffee, I actually, I Googled how to make like that Starbucks caramel frappuccino because that's like my favorite drink there. And so not only do I have a coffee machine that of course makes my hot coffee in the morning, I simply Google how to make these like fancy coffee recipes, and I actually bought a reusable insulated like cup that's like this big. And I got some reusable steel straws too. But I've had that for about probably 5 years now and it's still going strong, best thing ever. I love a good reusable cup or water bottle. But I find that if I just Googled how to make my frappuccinos, cappuccinos, or whatever, it's so much cheaper than going to the coffee shop and buying like an $8 drink because it's starting to get really expensive now. But I find that once I actually took the time to understand how I can make these drinks, and it's super easy to make them. It takes me like 2 minutes. But yeah, so I have saved a lot from buying coffee and just making it myself, All right, friends, that is all I have in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you. And I understand that figure skating is very expensive, but don't let that stop you from pursuing your dreams of skating. Say bye, Noir. Bye, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Love you. Bye.